I mean, you've rushed over here now. You've been on this morning, today, and you're just on every channel, every hour of the day. Every time I turn on, there you are.
I'm getting about, and I.
But of course, we have to talk about Friday when you did your first co-hosting with your husband Dan.
I know. It was just, it's surreal, you know. It was something that we were asked to do, and at first I was like, you know, me and Dan are very private. We don't do magazines. I don't do none of that. I don't judge people that do, but that's just not for us. And we said, look, we don't want a big fuss made of it. Just let us turn up and just do it. And then it was like, birthdays to Eminem and all of that. And we were like, great. So yeah, but no, it went well. You know, Dan
was he nervous?
He was really nervous, but he was actually really fine. And it was up until when we do the live promo at 10:15. He went.
This is real.
It's
such a scary thing.
Yeah.
What about the bit when he was having a bit of trouble with the link and you read it for him? Is he ever going to forgive you for that?
Well, do you know what? The one thing I said to him is, Dan, I've made a career of mucking up. I said, and the reason why I've made a career off of it is because I don't try and cover it up. I just go, hey, or something. And I just said, if you muck up, which you're gonna, because he's never hosted a show before, I said, you're gonna muck up, just own it. And the first sort of half hour, he was trying to cover up the mistakes, and I was like, stop it.
Just go.
And then he went to say something, and I just went, that's your line. That is your line.
That was
It was.
Have you been taking secret lessons from me?
Oh, yeah, I know.
No, but I want to know, because my advice would be never to work with your spouse.
Well,
I did it once and it was a disaster. And you brought your spouse to work, put the poor bloke on the telly. When you went home, were there words?
Do you know what? When we went home, I never get soppy. And Dan, this is the only time I'm going to say it, but I'm so proud of him. Like, so proud of him. It's a big deal to do that.
Also, it was a historic moment. I mean, this is like groundbreaking. Do you guys see yourselves as a role model?
No, not in the slightest. I know what it was, and I'm so over the moon that you know we were the first sort of gay couple that done it. But never, you know, there's a lot of people that are either gay, lesbian, black, transgender, whatever, that put yourself on a pedestal and say, I speak for every black person. I speak for every gender. I'm very much not like that. I'm like, we're just two blokes. We got married. We had a lovely day at work. So.
Without wishing to big you up any further, you historic person, Greg, I see that your first book is in the Sunday Times bestseller.
I know, I can't believe it. I literally was so shocked.
Look at the picture.
I know. Oh, don't. I'm having a row about the cover. It won't airbrush properly. But anyway.
It wasn't airbrush. You haven't got a single wrinkle.
No, if you look very close, you can see like all the tiny little hairs on my nose. I was like, I can't believe this.
Weren't you originally going to call it the tooth, the whole tooth?
Nothing but the tooth. It was. That is what I wanted to call it. But yeah, I didn't want to do a book. You know, 4 years ago, God, I would have put my name on a perfume, a tan, or this, that. But I'm lucky that I didn't go down that route. And I said I weren't going to do it. And then they were like, come on, we really want you to do it. I said, right, I'll do it. If I can write it all myself. And they were like,
did you write it with no ghostwriter?
No, they said, we'll set you up with a ghostwriter. And I said, no, I want to do it myself. And to know that it took me about 8 months because I'm working 7 days a week. I didn't take any time off work. So the M25 was very much my friend with a little keyboard. And yeah, to get that phone call saying you've made the Sunday Times best-selling list, I was like...
It's such a... I mean, it's such a great book because you have put in everything in there, and I love all the old pictures.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, if someone had said, who is this, I would never have said Rylan.
Oh,
look! So cute.
Little holiday down, Joe. Oh, no, don't.
Oh, my God. I think your mother probably cut your hair then.
Do you know what? I think she did.
That's a bowl over your head. My dad used to do that.
Your natural hair colour then?
My natural hair colour is that. My natural hair colour is red, but sort of as I've got older, I mean, I started dyeing my hair when I was at secondary school, about 15. And I started dyeing my hair. I would love nothing more than to go back to my natural colour now. I really, really would. But...
Are you dyeing your beard?
Do you know what? I do dye my beard.
So what about your pubes?
Do you know what? I'll show you mine if you show me yours back. But yeah, no, I don't do anything down there. But I'm actually not believe I'm having this conversation. But no, my eyebrows and sort of my body are quite dark. It's just my roots. But as I'm getting older, X Factor made me grey. I am just literally going grey now.
Well, and now you're going back onto the X Factor.
I know. Yeah.
You know, on a serious note, though, because I mean, we all love you, but do you ever worry that people might get a bit fed up with someone?
Yeah,
tell you all the
I
time?
do. Do you know what I do? But after I got married in November, and I said to Dan, and you know, we did spend a lot of money on our wedding because that is the one day you do that. Well, hopefully. I said this year it's just all about for me making money and doing the jobs I really want to do.
So you can have the life.
The opportunity come up, and I took
So
it.
then I suppose all of us, you always worry, don't we? We don't know if there's going to be another
Do you know
job.
what? The way that I look at it, I've not come from money. I've never had money in my life. You know, I'm not saying I went without, but I grew up very normal childhood, and if this all ends tomorrow, genuinely,
good run.
the second I come off air, I've had the best
Well,
time.
your fans have been emailing the show. They're worried you're going to burn out.
Oh, do you know what? Someone did a little picture of me with like a battery on my back saying Duracell.
Yeah.
So, I don't actually tell anyone, but I just plug myself in for an odd hour every now and again.
So if you and Dan had children, they'd never see you at this work.
Oh, they would. We've got, you know, Dan's got a 16-year-old Cameron who I love, and
But
you
are you
know.
planning to have more?
I'd definitely love to have children. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted children. It's Cameron. He's handsome.
Gorgeous, isn't he?
Wow.
Wow.
I would love to have children. You know, just because we're two guys. You know, the way that I look at it, there's a lot of kids out there that
need a
don't
home.
come from loving homes, and if that's something I could give, then I'd love to do that.
We get some pretty fabulous guests here on Loose Women. There's plenty more where that came from. Just click here to watch more interviews with a whole range of famous faces. And click here to subscribe. It's free, so you'd be silly not to, really.